The streets of Dallas have never been short on drama, but the entanglement between Mo3 and Boosie goes beyond simple rivalry. From local festival mishaps to cryptic social media jabs and even a tragic loss on the highway, their story is packed with mysteries and rumors that still linger. Everyone's heard bits and pieces, whispers of revenge, alleged setups, and unconfirmed hits. But what really went down behind the scenes? Many fans remember the day Mo3 caught fire in the industry, dropping tracks that showcased both his vocal range and his raw storytelling. He wasn't just a rapper, he was a symbol of grit and ambition, representing the underdog spirit of Dallas. At the same time, Yella Beezy was carving out his own lane, using a melodic style that quickly built him a loyal audience. On paper, it could have been a friendly competition between two breakout artists. In reality, it erupted into one of the city's most talked about conflicts, one that would later rope in Boosie, an established Southern star, with an unshakable street reputation and a strong bond with Mo3. The tension didn't explode overnight, but early signs were there. Roy Lee, a local comedian from Oak Cliff, started taking playful jabs at Yella Beezy. Roy Lee had a sense of humor that bordered on the controversial, and he frequently mentioned Beezy in his comedy routines, poking fun at what he saw as the rapper's carefully curated image. Yella Beezy, on the other hand, wasn't one to sit back and take disrespect, especially in front of an audience. He reacted publicly, trading verbal shots that soon became more than mere jokes. Meanwhile, Mo3 stood by his friend Roy Lee, seeing Beezy's responses as a direct threat to his circle. For Mo3, loyalty was everything. If someone in his crew felt slighted, he was ready to step in without hesitation. Locals who followed them on social media recall how heated the back and forth became. Live streams were posted, subtweets were written, and lines were drawn. In many ways, it all started with a conflict that could have been settled in a phone call, but pride and public opinion kept pushing the envelope. Soon, those petty insults turned into real animosity. A turning point arrived at the Unruly Citizens Festival in July 2019. Mo3 rolled up with the expectation that he'd perform. The stage, he believed, was partly his, but security officials at the event wouldn't let him in. Rumor has it that Yella Beezy or his team pulled strings to keep Mo3 off that stage, although Beezy himself denied it. Whatever the case, Mo3 was irate. He took to Instagram Live, claiming Beezy had used police or security details to block him, all to protect his own performance slot. That triggered an even bigger uproar. Beezy countered that Mo3 had never been booked in the first place, dismissing Mo3's accusations as baseless and outlandish. Trap Boy Freddie, another Dallas area artist who was tight with Beezy, jumped in next. Freddie mocked Mo3, suggesting he was exaggerating his arrest record for clout. Fans on social media reacted in real time, with some siding with Mo3, asserting that Beezy must have orchestrated everything, while others believed Beezy's narrative that Mo3 was never even scheduled to perform. The entire fiasco transformed what might have been a simple scheduling misunderstanding into a full-blown confrontation, setting the stage for a series of shocking twists. The real escalation came when Mo3 dropped "Let Me Find Out," a track widely interpreted as a direct shot at Beezy. This wasn't just a sneaky line in a verse, it was a full-on statement telling Dallas and the rest of the rap scene that Mo3 saw Beezy as his biggest rival. Lines referencing Beezy's alleged use of security to block him, the prior social media drama, and Mo3's anger toward perceived betrayal all combined to make "Let Me Find Out" a local sensation. Fans ate it up, but it also raised stakes. Around the same time, Roy Lee decided to challenge Beezy to a celebrity boxing match, a proposal that might have been half serious, half publicity stunt. Beezy and his associates, however, viewed it as further provocation. The entire scenario snowballed. Comedic callouts, diss tracks, and multiple public run-ins seemed to converge into an environment where any small spark could light the fuse. Then, tragedy struck. Roy Lee was shot. The funny man whose humor had brought him local fame found himself in a hospital fighting for his life. Although he initially survived the incident, he later passed due to complications. While no one could pin the blame directly on Beezy or his entourage in a court of law, Mo3 and many local residents were convinced it was part of the escalating conflict. Fueled by grief, Mo3 allegedly retaliated. One of the most noteworthy incidents was the day Beezy's car was riddled with bullets on the Sam Rayburn Tollway. Beezy ended up in the hospital, but he survived and didn't hold back his frustration over what he believed was a clear attempt on his life. When it comes to Boosie, many see him as a testament to survival, having beaten serious legal allegations and continuing to stay relevant in the rap world. But even his presence wasn't enough to prevent Mo3 from meeting a devastating end. Now, with Boosie hinting he narrowly escaped a similar fate, the irony is stark. he survived the streets of Baton Rouge, only to nearly lose his life in Dallas, a place he considered a home away from home due to his bond with Mo3. This shocking twist underscores how unpredictable these feuds can be and how alliances can put targets on people's backs. Some insiders theorize that if cooler heads had prevailed, if someone had insisted on mediation, or if certain OGs stepped in, the entire saga might have gone differently. They point to other regions where rap feuds, once intense, were resolved with face-to-face meetings. Yet in Dallas, it seemed each step away from reconciliation only led to more conflict. Roy Lee's death escalated it further, as it personalized the beef for Mo3. Then Mo3's own demise, followed by an attempt on Boosie, signaled there was more to come. On top of all that, legal entanglements have kept Beezy in and out of court, painting a picture of an artist always on the defensive. Fans watching from the outside can't help but ask, where does this end? Will a definitive resolution ever come to light? Or will we be stuck with fragments of rumors and half-confirmed stories that continue to swirl around Dallas's rap scene for years to come? One thing is certain, the mention of Yella Beezy in connection with Mo3 and Boosie continues to raise eyebrows, generating more speculation than clarity. In his latest interviews, Beezy has tried to steer the conversation toward his music and personal projects, emphasizing that he refuses to let street rumors define him. He speaks about wanting to be a role model, someone who overcame adversity to secure a better life for himself and his family. But in the same breath, critics argue that his name keeps popping up in too many tragic incidents for it all to be coincidence. Unless a significant piece of evidence emerges, something that either exonerates him fully or confirms his involvement, this cloud of suspicion might hang over Beezy for the rest of his career. And then there's Boosie, ever the survivor, who seems more comfortable than ever, revealing that someone tried to put a price on his head. It's a chilling statement that suggests the feud is far bigger than a single diss track or a random scuffle. It's a reminder that, in certain circles, old grudges don't die easily, and those who align themselves with perceived enemies might pay a steep cost. Perhaps the biggest question is, will the Dallas rap community learn from this saga? Artists and fans alike were excited about the city's rising talents, seeing Mo3, Beezy, and others as spearheading a new chapter in Dallas's musical legacy. Instead, those hopes were overshadowed by losses and bitterness. Some up-and-coming local acts have watched these events unfold and chosen to step away from drama, focusing on collaborative energy rather than competition. It remains to be seen whether that approach can heal some of the wounds left by the feud. So did Yella Beezy orchestrate all these grim happenings, or is he just a victim of circumstance, dogged by rumors and a relentless internet culture that loves to connect dots, even if they don't always form a complete picture? Does Boosie's confirmation that he was nearly taken out by the same forces behind Mo3's downfall implicate Beezy, or is Boosie simply pointing to the dangerous reality of street politics, where multiple factions might have had their own agendas? The layers of this tale are thick, and with no definitive closure, the conversation won't be ending anytime soon. For now, the legacy of Mo3 hangs in the balance between fans mourning his talent and those questioning the chain of events that led to his final day. The rumors swirling around Beezy keep intensifying, fed by every new arrest, every photo taken with suspicious figures, and every cryptic statement from Boosie or others close to the situation. Each revelation unearths more questions. Was it premeditated, or was it simply a feud gone terribly wrong? Did old vendettas keep piling up until there was no turning back? As more details emerge, whether through court proceedings, new interviews, or leaked documents, one can only hope the truth eventually shines through the haze of speculation. In the meantime, we're left with a story that feels like a puzzle missing its final pieces, a narrative of rising stars overshadowed by bullet casings, funeral processions, and hushed confessions. The stakes have been high from the start, and even now, it doesn't appear that everything's settled. Whether Beezy evades these accusations or faces them head-on in a court of law, the reverberations of this feud will echo for a long time. If you've been following this drama, you've likely developed your own theories. Was Beezy quietly orchestrating events behind the scenes to remove a threat from the Dallas rap scene? Or has his name simply become an easy scapegoat whenever violence strikes those connected to Mo3? The lines blur when street cred, personal vendettas, and music industry ambitions collide. And with Boosie alluding to a bungled attempt on his life, it seems we're dealing with something far more intricate than your average rap beef. In the end, the question remains, does this entire saga reflect the consequences of an industry that profits from conflict, or is it a tragic outlier born of personal hatred and inability to de-escalate? Perhaps the answer is a bit of both. Either way, the narrative of Mo3, Yella Beezy, and Boosie stands as a cautionary tale about how easily lines can blur between entertainment and lethal reality. For those left in the wake, friends, family, and fans, the story is far from over. And as new information surfaces, everything we've heard so far could take on new meaning. What do you think? Is Yella Beezy a mastermind pulling strings? Or is he a victim of his own reputation and the chaos swirling around him? Did he set up Mo3? Or was he merely caught in a tangle of street politics? And how does Boosie's near-miss factor into the bigger picture? Share your thoughts and keep the conversation alive. The Dallas rap scene is still grappling with these questions, and until all the facts come to light, speculation will continue to run wild. The only certainty is that Mo3's legacy won't be forgotten anytime soon, and neither will the bullet that found Boosie's leg. As for Beezy, the glare of suspicion remains, threatening to overshadow his achievements in music. In a culture where loyalty and image mean everything, it's a tough hill to climb. For now, keep your eyes open and your ear to the ground, because in situations like this, the truth has a way of revealing itself when you least expect it. And trust me, when that happens, it might be even more shocking than what we've learned so far.